Welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. So, where we last left off, you know, here is the Beato or Beatrice's past of the story. And there's some bit of a hilarity dialogue inserted in. Because while Beatrice is trying to explain her story, Valor just interrupts her and pisses her off. Even Ronald was just makes fun of, kind of chimes in. And such and such happens, I guess. Even I came off as a bit of a complete dick in the commentary as well. But it was mostly just because I don't know. Like Battler, why you gotta interrupt? Oh well. Let's continue. Let's try rearranging this story again. I wonder if it couldn't be something like this. Grandfather fell in unrequited love with a person called Beatrice. Then he confined her in this hidden mansion and continued to court her. But she was stubborn and didn't give in. Eventually, she grew pessimistic about being able to escape from here, and probably committed suicide. And then her soul was put in a homunculus, and no, if I accept that, it's the same as accepting the witch. I can interpret that part like this. She probably had a posthumous daughter. Grandfather must have believed that her soul had been placed in a new physical body. Huh. Then, huh. So, this is kind of a weird but confusing way of an explanation there. Posthumous daughter. Believed that her soul had been placed in a new physical body, and might have thought that the child was the reincarnation of Beatrice. That means, at least 19 years ago, Beato existed on this island as the 19th person.
混乱してきたぜ。いずれにせよ、憶測の域を出ない。確実に赤で言えることは、1967年の六軒島の隠し屋敷に、人間としてのベアトリーチェが存在した。それだけだ。
その通りでございます。1967年の六軒島の隠し屋敷に人間としてのベアトリーチェ様が存在した。
In 1967, in a hidden mansion on Hodokenjima, Beatrice Sama existed as a human.
ああ、サンキュー。
Thank you.
助かるぜ。
おめでとうございます。これでバトラ様の19人目の駒は、その存在がはっきりしました。
Finally, some progress.
バトラ様が熱望された18人以外に罪をなすりつけられる19人目の人間。
Man, 3 episodes in, we finally made it to that conclusion, huh?
いかなる罪をもなすりつけることのできる生贄の羊。それがお嬢様とは実に愉快。
Be kind of a bit amusing. Ronald laughed indiscreetly. Somehow, I didn't like how he put that, so I didn't feel like laughing along with him.
そうだ。
Ronald makes it sound like he wanted it. Or maybe this is just his banter. I don't know.
ローザおばさんは言った。 ベアトリーチェは死んだ？私が殺した？どういう意味なんだ？
What does that even mean?
それは私の口から語るよりも、実際に顛末をご覧になった方が早いでしょう。少々、時計を進めましょう。
Ronald pulled a stylish pocket watch from his pocket and touched the watch strip. As soon as he did, I saw gold butterflies gather behind his back and take the form of a person. Was it Beato? I quickly realized that it was someone else. Oh, it was her, that oldest sister of the seven state, who loved tormenting me more than her 3 meals a day. If I don't consider myself lucky to see that sexy ass, I won't be able to keep up with their torture. What is... Damn, Valor, what is... the... Valor crazy, bro. Are you talking about Valor sex? What is wrong with me? What is Valor talking about? Is he talking about Beatrice's sexy ass, or is he really into like one of the seven sisters?
Rosa-sama.
Kind of. This is awkward.
まだこちらにおられましたか。ベアトリーチェ様が至急お呼びです。
An urgent call?
はって。
But we're getting to the good part still. We're like 7 minutes in.
至急のどのようなご用やら。
What is this urgent business?
少々、バトラ様とのおしゃべりが過ぎたようですね。それではバトラ様、私めはこれで失礼させていただきます。
Oh man.
どうか引き続き、お嬢様とのゲームをお楽しみください。
へいへい。せいぜい楽しむぜ。あんたはベアトより話が弾むからな。赤も気前よく使ってくれるしよ。ぜひまたおしゃべりに来いよな。
バトラ様、私めもこう見えてもお嬢様の家具。お嬢様が望まぬことはできませんよ。私が語った赤は本来ならお嬢様が自らの口で語るべきもの。へそを曲げてしまわれたお嬢様に代わって赤き真実を披露したに過ぎません。
Yeah, well, you're the head, but you're Beatrice's furniture, so you're doing the job in her place. So.
やっぱ俺へそを曲げてたよな。
You make it sound like she doesn't even like her own past. Seeing me and Ronald incomprehensibly hitting it off, that steak Nii-chan cocked her head curiously.
ロノウェ様、ベアトリーチェ様をお待たせしております。お急ぎを。
ええ、直ちに参ります。それではバトラス様、後ほど。ようやく仲良くなれてきましたね。やはり良い友人になれる気がします。
ベアとの陰口仲間ってことならな。
ロノウェ様。
はいはい。それでは失礼いたします。
Maybe she didn't like seeing him act so friendly with her, or maybe she really had been told to hurry. When the steak Nii-chan let out a thunder, cried. Renolf laughed frivolously and disappeared, as if running away. Okay. Another day, another background noise interruption. Oh. So where we last left off, I think Ballard was still trying to comprehend the Beatrice's backstory of the sword, and even though he doesn't want to believe in that story because it will be like accepting the witch's existence of the story. And again, we were getting to the good part until one of the seven sisters, which is the oldest, is Lucifer, decided to chime in and say that Beatrice requested Renolf to head back. So I wonder how this one will go. Yeah, right around here.
煉獄の七杭が長女のこの私が、この程度の用事で呼びつけられるなんて。
Maybe it's because you're one of the seven that had to put up with everyone's shit. So, I mean, you've been doing that for a long time.
ベアトリーチェ様も、この程度なら他の暇そうな妹たちに言いつければいいのに。
Pretty silly.
何をカリカリしてんだよ、姉ちゃん。腹減ってんならクッキーでも食えよ。最後の一枚をくれてやるぜ。
気が利くじゃない。なら、一ついただこうかしら。
I casually pushed the snack plate with the last remaining cookie over to her.
ありがとう。
Why are you making that face? As though coming as a period at the end of the sentence, a sharp sound pierced the table. The nails on 3 of her fingers extended, grew sharp, and pierced the space between my fingers on the hand that was pushing the plate, missing them by her hair's breadth. It had happened in an instant, though for a while, I didn't even realize that her fingernails had grown. The tips of those sharp nails were like blades with a red manicure. The spaces between the bases of my fingers hurt sharply. Those razor-like blades had been plunged into the table a hair's breadth away from the back of my hand and my fingers. Because of those 3 blades, I was unable to even let my careless right hand tremble, and by now, all I could do was let a bead of cold sweat drip down.
姉ちゃん、そろそろ爪を切った方がいいぜ。
ルシファーよ。それが誇り高き私の名。ベアトリーチェ様にお仕えする名誉ある家具、煉獄の七杭が長女。他の面汚しな愚昧どもとはわけが違うの。それに見合った敬意を示さないと後悔することになるわよ。
どう後悔するんだか。俺には見当もつかねえぜ。
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
バカな子ね。そんなに遊んでほしいの？そんなに忘れられないの？私の悔いを思いっきり奥の奥までねじ込んで、たっぷりえぐって楽しませてあげるわよ。
Ain't that something?
くそったれ。いつか押し倒して同じセリフ言ってやるぜ。
あらそう？楽しみにしてるわね。
That's a little bit taunting from that laughter. Pretty drastic. Rosa eventually regained her calm. The men wanted to hurry her into talking faster, but Kyrie intervened. If something like that really had happened, then it would have been a terrible experience that Rosa wouldn't want to remember. After taking several deep breaths with her hand over her chest, it seemed that she had more or less resolved herself to talk.
あれはいくつの時だったのかしら。多分中学生か。よく覚えてない。
You were a middle schooler back then, huh?
とにかくそのくらいの頃だったと思うわ。
ってことは、だいたい20年くらい前ってとこか。
Long time ago. 20 years ago.
あの頃の私はあまり成績が良くなくて、いつもお母様に怒られてばかりだった。
They never even hint who's the mother.
私なりに努力していたつもりだったんだけど、お母様の期待には全然応えられなくて。
母上はローザにも随分厳しかったな。当時は同情していたよ。
Sure.
陰口ばっかだったくせによく言うわね。
予算かエヴァ。それでローザさんはどこでベアトリーチェに会ったんや。
Yeah, I'm very curious to know.
秀吉さん、今はせかしてはダメよ。いいのよ、ローザさん。楽に話して。
Tell us at your own pace.
ありがとう。あれはお母様に特にひどく叱られた日よ。
Well, even though my tutor had promised to keep it a secret, apparently they told Mother all about how I had complained. Mother scolded me brutally, saying my name was a disgrace to the Ushiromiya family. Of course, I was doing the best I could, but I had none of Kraus Nissan's dignity. I couldn't get excellent grades like Eva Nissan, and I had no leadership abilities like Rudolf Nissan. I never stood out, didn't particularly excel at anything, and I found myself asking why I'd even been born into the Ushiromiya family. They never even told us who's the mother. It's only the Kinzo being their father. So, yeah. So there's that. Been born into Ushiromiya's family. I began to question more and more why I'd even been born at all. This is what happened on the day I experienced my mind going blank for the first time. For the first time in my life, I realized that in addition to facing or surrendering to my problem, I had the third choice of running away. Though I say run away, there was no way I could have left Rokujima and gone somewhere else. But anyway, I wanted to run away from the mansion and my own self at that time. In a way, it was like a kid running away from home, or maybe a passive sort of suicide. Yeah, you just
いなくなりたかったの。あるいはいなくなることによって親を心配させたいという子供なりの反抗だったのかも。私は森の遥か奥に行けば後宮の家から逃れられる。あるいは迷子になって心配させることで仕返しができると子供ながらに思ったの。
それで行ってはいけないと言われていた森に。
ええ。浜辺へ出てから海に沿うように。特に理由があったわけじゃないけれど、島をぐるりと回ればその反対側には誰も知らない場所があって、私だけの隠れ家になるような気がしたの。
浜辺からぐるっとってのは無理だな。途中で崖になっちまうだろう。 あんなとこ通れるわけがねえぜ。
Sounds a little bit dangerous.
もちろんよ。だから通れる方へ通れる方へ、とにかく奥へ奥へ進んだわ。道なんかないひどい森だったけど、あの時の私にはそれが心地よかったの。
Well, let's not make going through that forest, simple. We're just making it complicated.
それほどの険しい森を抜けたなら、その分後ろ宮家から逃れられるって、そんな気持ちだったの。
And I'd be that much further away from the Ushiromiya family.
情けないわね。成績で叱られたなら、その分努力すればいいのに。
Well, that's not for everyone.
それを言ってはいかんね。その代わりローザにはデザイナーとしての才能があったじゃないか。
Literally speaking, he was covering for Rosa, but everyone knew that Rosa's company hadn't been profitable.
よせよ。今は嫌味を言ってる場合じゃねえぜ。そして偶然たどり着いちまったんだな。
This is no time for games.
ベアトリーチェの隠し屋敷に。
Rosa nodded weakly.
どのくらい歩いたんや？地図で場所が示せるんか？
Do we got a map?
夏井さん、この島の地図はあるかいな？
いえ、今ここにはありませんが。
What do you mean there's no map for this island? What? You've been living there in the mansion almost the whole entire time, like for decades, and y'all don't got some fucking map for the island? Y'all are unprepared.
無理よ。適当に歩いただけだもの。地図を見せられたってわからないわ。
So you're just exploring.
それにあれから20年も経ってる。多分森へ行っても二度とたどり着けないわ。
Several people let out dejected sighs. It was vividly clear that in their taste, they thought some hint related to the witch's epitaph, or maybe even the gold itself might be resting there.
六軒島はこの屋敷の周りが整地されているだけに過ぎねえ。他は完全に未開で、前頭測量は相当の手間がかかるだろうな。
でも確かに存在すると分かっただけでも収穫よ。お金はかかるだろうけど、例えば航空写真の会社に調査を頼むとか、このお屋敷を建設した業者に当時のことを聞くとか、調べる方法はあるかもしれないわね。そうね。あるかないかもわからないものを探すよりはまだ方法があるはずよ。
早速調べる価値があるだろう。
その調査は兄弟合同でやるわよ。兄さん一人ではさせないわ。
It wasn't yet certain that the gold was hidden in that secret mansion, but the sparks seemed to have started flying between Kraus and Eva already.
兄貴たち、今はよせよ。ローザ、続きを話してくれ。
Both Rosa and Kraus are so stingy. They're like, come on. Continue with the story. Wow, new music. Blindly, randomly, I kept running, on and on. Suddenly, I came across something I thought was an animal trail. I was very tired and had no idea how far I'd walk, so at that time I naturally took the easiest path. Oops. Oh, and we reached the gate, or something around the line. Gated border. As I did, suddenly, right before my eyes, a very, very tall fence appeared. It was a fence wonderfully adorned in a Gothic style. For an instant, I thought I'd gotten turned around and returned to the original mansion. Of course, there were fences around the mansion to stop us from entering the forest. But this fence was decorated differently, and moreover, it was very tall. Why am I talking? So funny how I talk like this. I probably reached a full 2 stories up. It was covered with ivy and created a mysterious, solemn atmosphere. At the time, I believed in the legend of the witch of the forest, Beatrice. I had been told that she was frightening, but some of the servants told me that she sometimes helped you if you respected her. Since I had little confidence in those days, I believed the only way I could be saved was by receiving her help. That's why I thought what I did. I believed that this was the fence of the mansion belonging to Beatrice, the witch of the forest. I thought that if I could meet with Beatrice, she'd definitely save me. So I decided to try going in. But the fence was very, very tall and it didn't look like I'd be able to go over it. So I chose to walk around it. I thought that if I did, I'd eventually reach a gate. But it wasn't that easy. The fence had an incredible length to match its incredible height, and no matter how far I went, it didn't reach a corner. It might have encircled a massive area. Maybe I just had that impression because my child's legs made it difficult to walk in the forest. Anyway, I couldn't find the gate for a while, and I started to feel sad as though the witch had rejected me. As I did, I eventually came upon a large tree whose twisted roots had bent the fence. It might get my clothes dirty, but if I crawled, it looked like I'd be able to sneak in.
そこが隠し屋敷だったの？
あれが私たちの言う隠し屋敷なのかはわからない。でも少なくとも私たちの知る場所ではなかったわ。
It wasn't as though I came out into a garden as soon as I passed the fence. I had to continue through a lot more uncultivated forest after that. As I did, the forest suddenly opened up, and what appeared there was an unbelievably fantastical scene. To think that on Rokujima, where I thought only we lived, there could be such a wonderful mansion hidden away. Oh yeah. What a scenery. Anyway, hidden away. A beautiful flower garden spanned the front of the mansion. It was a flower garden of a completely different design from the rose garden we know so well. It was very lovely. Of course, the mansion was also wonderful. It was a couple sizes smaller than ours, but it was still elegant and adorable at the same time. Then I saw her figure. I saw her sitting in a garden chair positioned to give a view of the flower garden, wearing an elegant dress. It was that black dress embroidered in gold that we could later know from that portrait. I hadn't seen an elegant dress like that except in fairy tales and on the stage of musicals. For a person to be wearing it as her normal clothes, that in itself seemed quite fantastical. That mysterious scene was enough to make me lose my sense of reality. If someone had told me then that it was a dream, I might have nodded obediently and waited to wake up in my bed. I had forgotten to hide myself in my shock, so she eventually spotted me. At first, her expression was quite blissful, but when she noticed me, her eyes opened very wide. It was only natural, considering that a guest she didn't know had suddenly appeared. I lowered my head automatically, planning to greet her and apologize for entering without permission. Let's see how those two interact.
そなたは誰か？新しい庭師なのか？
The new gardener. Doesn't look like a black dress to me though. Like, you look through the. Hold on. No, it's not here. Doesn't really look like a black dress to me. It looks like a dark brownish, blackish color. I don't know why they worded that way. Those were the first words you said to me. I grew slightly calmer because I realized that we could talk to each other. Because I hadn't been turned into a frog just by meeting her eyes, like a terrifying witch in a fairy tale.
ごめんなさい。勝手にお庭に立ち入ってすみません。
Yeah, but this Beatrice looks less threatening. She's just more shy than before, comparing to her other self.
そなたは誰か名乗るがよい。
後ろ宮ローザと言います。
Ushiro Rosa.
後ろ宮。ほう。金蔵の一族の人間なのか？
はい。金蔵の娘です。こんにちは。
I was a little surprised. After all, father was a great man, feared by everyone, and yet she had spoken to him without using honorifics. So I was immediately terrified of her. After all, if she could refer to my fearsome father that way, she must be a witch with incredible power. After staring at me curiously, she beckoned me to come over. Frightened as I was, I obeyed. After all, I thought she might really turn me into a frog. That'll be kind of funny though. The closer I got, the stronger that fear became. After all, as I keep saying over and over, that woman in her dress in the flower garden in the mansion. That whole picture was so fantastical and beautiful that it seemed separate from reality. It's phenomenal. It probably wouldn't have surprised me at all to learn that she really was a witch, and I really was lucky. She hadn't turned me into a frog. As I awkwardly stood there, stock still, she motioned to an open chair and urged me to sit down.
座るがよい。初めて訪れた者を庭へ招き、語らうのが、わらわの唯一の楽しみよ。
Huh? Ain't this a cute pic right there?
他に、何の楽しみもないがな。
Both Rosa and Beatrice having a tea party. Ain't that cute? As she said this, she let an unhappy smile show for just an instant. Because I was full of a strange mix of tension and excitement, I rudely asked her a question all of a sudden.
森の魔女、ベアトリーチェですか？
いかにも。わらわがベアトリーチェである。
Her voice seems different. Is this the same VA or is it someone else's voice? This Beatrice is different compared to the present one, or whichever you call it.
やはりな。
I thought.
ベアトリーチェは実在したんだ。
その姿はまさに肖像画の。
ええ。まさに、あの肖像画の通りよ。
お父さんの想像の中の魔女じゃなかったんやな。
So she wasn't just a witch from father's imagination.
それで、あなたは彼女と何を話したの？
彼女はお茶を入れながら私のことをいろいろと聞いたわ。まず森を抜けてやってきたことを驚かれた。彼女は 柵の外には危険な狼がたくさんいると信じていたみたいだった。だから、私が森を抜けてたどり着いたと言ったら、とても驚いていたわ。どうやって狼から逃れたのか、ビスケットを渡して許してもらったのか。
Wait, there's wildlife in the Rokenjima? I didn't recall seeing that from the past episodes.
それとも、魔法の街灯をかぶって、なんて感じのことを言ってたっけ。
I bet the wolves were summoned from Magecraft or something.
そりゃ確かに魔女っぽいわな。面白いお人や。
あなた黙って。ずいぶん昔だけど、お父様は森には狼が住んでいるから近寄ってはならないって私たちを脅さなかった？
ああ、そんなこともあったな。バカらしいね。日本の狼はとっくの昔に絶滅しているというのに。まさに子供騙しだな。
記憶にねえな。そんな話、親父に聞かされたっけ？森には魔女だろ？狼なんて話、聞いたことないぜ。
あんたがまだ小学校だった頃よ。覚えてない？そしたらあんた、むしろ狼を撫でてみたいなんて言い出すもんだから。お父様はすぐに狼の話を引っ込めて、魔女の話に切り替えたのよ。もう、その嘘っぽいことと言ったら。
Wait a minute. This is weird. Oh, the freaking rain just stopped when I right click, but hold on. So wait, so Kinzo's told them to never go near the forest because of the wolves, but they, but now you've okay. That's just this is just kind of awkward.
当時のルドルフには、狼よりも魔女の話の方がてきめんだったね。よく覚えているよ。私の背中にしがみついた夜があったことを覚えているかね？
ルドルフさんにもそんな可愛らしい時代があったのね。
Using.
うるせえな。子供の頃の話だぜ。
まあ、とにかく、ベアトリーチェを閉じ込めていたのがお父さんなら、同じ狼の話をするのは道理ね。
Or maybe he summoned the wolves to fucking guard the place.
彼にとって六軒島の広大な森は、後ろ宮家と愛人の屋敷という、
Was a wall that couldn't be crossed, dividing his two incompatible worlds.
相入れない二つの異世界を分断する、越えてはならない壁だったのだから。
Two borders.
柵の高さを考えると、どうやら親父殿は、庭ごと丸々を座敷牢にしたようだな。さながら、二つの世界を分ける国境も同然だったのだろう。
狼はともかく、野犬の類でもいたのではありませんか？そのための策だったかもしれません。六軒島に狼も野犬もいないわ。その策は、兄さんやキリエさんの言うように、ベアトリーチェと私たちの間の国境だったんでしょうね。
Could be it.
しかし、狼の話を素直に信じるなんて、 なんちゅうか、純朴やな。わしの想像していた魔女とは随分違う感じやで。
そうね。それは私も感じたわ。とても尊大で、確かに魔女のイメージ通りの人だったんだけど、どこかとても子供っぽくて、なんていうのか素直すぎるというか、世間知らずな印象を受けたわ。
She didn't know anything about the world. Yeah, but she's because she's just holed up within the hidden mansion and outside within the border itself.
例えるなら、本当におとぎの国の人みたいというか、本当に不思議な人だったわ。
それからどうしたんだ？親父の話とかは出たのか？
ええ。
Did you end up talking about that? Oh.
何日かに一度、約束されている日もあれば、突然の日もあったそうだけど、ふらりとお父様が訪れては、一緒にお茶を飲んだり、散歩したりしたんですって。私が訪れたその日は、たまたま彼女一人だったと言っていたわ。
I'm surprised you didn't get caught by Kinzo.
なるほどな。まさに愛人といったところだ。やれやれ。いくつ年下か知らんが、親父殿もやるね。
いかがわしい意味での交流はなかったと確信しています。バカね。男と女の仰せに色気がないはずないじゃない。それでどうしたの？それから何の話を？
私の自己紹介をしたので、逆に彼女のことを質問したわ。そうしたら、急に雰囲気が落ち込んでしまったの。なんていうのか、とても気だるそうな、寂しそうな。
Well, no shit. She's holed up alone and always bored.
私が初めて彼女の顔を見た時に浮かべていたのと同じ表情だった。
まあ、秘密の愛人だからな。
Exactly.
好き勝手に歩かれて、お袋に見つかっちまったらことだ。きっと軟禁に近い状態だったろう。
Be sure that's more than just house arrest.
綺麗なドレスに、綺麗な屋敷や庭があっても、さぞや窮屈な思いをしてたんだろうぜ。そりゃ苦労もあったろうさ。
Yeah, no kidding.
それで？
彼女はきっと何か悩みがあった。それを私に話したところで何の解決にもならないというような雰囲気が読み取れて、私もとても悲しかったのを覚えてる。
When I realized it wasn't something I could do anything about by talking to her.
私と一緒にいることさえ忘れてしまったかのようで、遠くをぼんやり見ながら、ずっと無言でいたわ。私はきっと失言してしまったに違いないと思ったんだけど、謝罪の言葉すらも口にしていいような雰囲気じゃなくて。だから私も、彼女が私と一緒にいることを思い出してくれるまで、ずっと黙ってた。
And then she muttered unexpectedly.
柵の向こうには、本当に狼などおらぬのか？
え？あ、 狼なんて動物園でも見たことないです。
Wait, so that's just a fabricated excuse. What the hell?
動物園とは何か？
ああ、いろんな動物が飼われているところです。象とかキリンとかパンダとか珍しい動物がいっぱいいますよ。
Oh man, we're really teaching this Beatrice some new things, huh? Oh, look at that look on her face.
動物園に狼はいないのか？なら怖くないかもしれんな。
Yeah, you'll probably be thinking of a petting zoo by now.
狼がいたとしても動物はみんな檻に入ってますから安全です。だから安心して見学できるんですよ。
Excuse me. I have to take my coffee. The mighty witch of the forest was apparently terrified of wolves. Really? I remember they looked pretty funny to me at the time. Words.
それはわらわとどう違うのか？
What? She didn't know about Zeus. I mean, explain how fun Zeus could be, but it was very different for her. It was very... Why did I say different? Well, it's different because Beatrice wouldn't know what a zoo is, but it was very difficult for a person like her, who had never visited one, to understand. On the contrary, as I explained it to her, her expression grew increasingly dismal. She couldn't see the difference. Apparently, even though she lived in an elegant mansion that was surrounded by a high fence and seemed to lack for nothing, she couldn't see how she was any different from animals shut up in cages. Cages.
わらわは何者なのか？皆はわらわのことをベアトリーチェと呼ぶ。それは確かにそなたの言うように偉大な魔女の名前らしい。しかしそれはわらわではないのだ。わらわには魔法など何も使えぬ。わらわはその魔女の魂を好みに封じられているだけなのだ。
What does that mean? There was definitely something odd about her. Beyond just being cut off from the world, it seemed she truly believed that magic exists. I think she talked about lots of weird things, but I don't remember the details. All I thought was that this might be a person to be pitied. She was unable to leave this mansion of her own free will, a prisoner without even realizing it. And she didn't know anything about the outside world, didn't even understand who she was. She probably vaguely realized that she was to be pitied, but since she didn't know anything, she seemed incapable of recognizing her own unhappiness. Long ago, when I told Nissan that I felt sorry for a bird in a cage, he said this: "A bird that only knows about the inside of the cage doesn't long for the outside." But this wasn't a bird. She really was a person. Even if she'd never been outside the cage, she understood that there was more to this world. So, I invited her.
柵の外へ出てみますか？
Oh boy, we're going on an adventure this time, huh?
本当に狼はいないのか？
いないですよ。絶対平気ですから。
No worries. She's like, I don't know about this. This seems like a bit of a trap.
出たいぞ。
Oh, she does want to leave.
だが、いつも門は閉まっている。
The gate is always closed. What? How many locks did Kenzo put? That sure is a big ass border around the mansion. That's.
私が入ってきたところがあります。くぐり抜けられる隙間があるんです。
こを抜ければ外の世界があるのか？はい。狼は本当にいない？
He's like, "Are you sure about that? Are you sure I can't be eaten by those evil wildlife out there?"
はい、いませんよ。
It's like, Alright. You're around 50 minutes in, but I think this is a good stopping point. Alright, right around here. Alright, so next part. Let's see how this will go for Rosa and Beatrice to go outside to the other world, the sort. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one.